Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and happy eclipse season. So eclipses are all about cosmic changes, and eclipses can also bring about changes that you did not foresee coming. And these are all for your divine and highest good, even if it is uncomfortable in your 3D waking world. So expect some shakeups, expect some changes that are coming really through the month of September, because it goes through, eclipse season ends around the 21st. So that is really a big time for huge transformation. So if you are planning a big change, now is the time to do so. But even if you haven't seen some underpinnings, those may be bubbling up to the surface for you. So we're going to do a little reading to see what is going on for the beginning of this eclipse season. So spirit guides, angels, what is coming up here? The wildling. So this card really is about sinking into that protector and that mode where you are using your words directly. And this is also about getting what you want and protecting what you have or what you do want. So I'm also getting a really big energy of focus for this card. So if there's something that you have felt like you need to really focus or hone in your skills on, this is a really big time to do that. And I'm also getting kind of like a Two of Swords here with this card too. So there may be something that is blocking your field of vision or blocking you from moving forward. And now is really time to take off the blindfold and to cut through the obstacles that are leaving you bound to a situation that just is not going to get you where you want to be. And then we have reclaim at the bottom of the deck here. So reclaiming what is rightfully yours, reclaiming your energy, calling your energy back to you. If you have felt that there have been some energy leakages happening, whether that be from people, places, things, you are doing things that you don't want to do, that now is the time to really call your energy back to you and to cut out distractions that are leaving you susceptible for depletion. So Spirit, what is going on in this Audacity deck here? What is happening? What can we expect for this eclipse season? And I'm also getting that now is the time to be an observer. Be an observer of what is going on in your realm, what is going on in your life, and really taking that time to pause, because usually this deck is pretty jumpy and now it's not wanting to talk. So I'm also hearing to keep your plans tight to your chest. Don't tell many people what you're doing, because that is going to open up energies to people who may not want to see you move in a certain direction. And then, ooh, we had the last straw. Yep, okay. So this is going to bring up some energies that are really going to ask you to transform. So I think there's going to be some obstacles that come up that are going to test you, and the universe is going to be like, are you done yet? Are we done with this cycle? Are you ready to close this out? And the reason why I say that is because you have the moths here and they look like butterflies. So something going on that you haven't brought to the surface is asking to be cleared and cleansed out. So this is also about doing the deep inner subconscious work too. So if there's something that you have been keeping close to your chest, you haven't told many people about, if there's things that you feel really need to be brought to the surface because it's causing you energy distortions, now is the time to address it. Whether that is with people, places, things, situations. If you are working a job that just is not suitable for you, now is the time to do something about it. And This is also a really big time about analyzing your relationships. And then we have the child. Okay, so the child keeps coming out. This came back out in our last reading too. So there is a really big emphasis on keeping that child safe, whether that is your actual physical children or if that is your inner child. Something about your playful life force seems to be being siphoned in certain ways. And now is the time where you can reclaim that power, take that power back and say, I have the tools to be able to manage this situation correctly. And they really want you to find your spark again. They want you to find the things that really light you up, the things that bring back magic into your world. And I'm really getting a big emphasis on believing in yourself and your own magic. And when you tap into that childlike wonder, it's almost like you are kind of muting a piece of your brain that is so reasonable and so logical. And now they're like, you really focus on your dreams, focus on the things that you aren't quite sure how they're going to happen, but take steps and give energy to those things that you want to see manifest in your life, whether that is more love, more connection, more joy, more happiness. So really sit down and journal what those things are for you. And I look at journaling as getting things out of you, but also I see it as your spirit and your guides actually looking down at the piece of paper and saying, okay, they are ready for this new vibration of love, happiness, abundance, joy. So it gives your guides almost like a roadmap to get to you. So let's dive a little deeper in here, shall we? Spirit guides. What else can you tell me? All right. We have the 8 of Presents. Okay. Lots of pentacle energy. Okay. Oh, and then we have the Hermit at the bottom of the deck. Okay. So right off the bat, we have the 8 of Presents, we have the Hierophant, and we have the 3 of Presents. Okay. So this is about honing in on your craft. This is also about mastering your craft and weaving your web. And I think that this is really testing you. It's testing your limits on how much you can give to something that you are trying to build, something that you are trying to create and to be known for is what I'm hearing. And we have the 3 of Presents here. So I'm also figuring out who you want to collaborate with, who is worth putting in the effort for, and what connections are going to help you get to where you want to be. And navigating that can feel a little intimidating, but it's also about sinking into that intuitive space and feeling into the connections that you have. And we also have the 2 of Potions here too. So are there people around you who you can trust in, that you can confide in, and who are going to have your back? But also, if this is a career thing, also looking at those people who really celebrate your wins. And you know who those people are. You know who the people are that help you to lift you up, that want to see you succeed. And this is the 4 of Pentacles and the Page of Candles. So the 4 of Presents, this is also about keeping things close to your chest, like what I was saying. And in the traditional tarot, this is the one where they're holding the pentacles close to them. This can be a little bit about lack energy, but I feel like it's more about protective energy. And this is also honing in on your resources and honing in on your strengths and collaborating with people who may be strong in one area that you may not be as strong in, or collaborating with people who are doing something that is um, that is also assisting or helping you, but your mastery lies in a different area. And as somebody who wants to do everything in the spiritual realm, I totally understand this reading. But there is something to be said about really fueling and streamlining your gifts, what it is that you want to be known for. And the Page of Candles, this is about an energy that is fiery and new, and this can also be about learning energy too. So tapping into the spaces that light you up, that light your fire. And the pages are all about new. They're about learning. They're about adventuring. They are about going into the unknown and being a novice about something. So, is there an area that you want to learn more about? You know, this can also be about research too. So, we're going to dive a little deeper. I want to know a bit more about this Page of Candles here. Spirit, can you clarify the Page of Candles for me? Okay. I'm also getting protecting what you're learning, keeping it sacred. Let me get a little bit more on this page. And this is actually upside down. And we got the Knight of Wands here. Okay, so with the Ten of Swords. Okay, so I feel like some of you have been backstabbed, have been betrayed in certain situations, and it's almost like the 10th sword was enough. Like, you stayed through a specific situation because you wanted to see the best of something, and you wanted to really give it time and time and chance and chance. And now it's really about using your discernment to cut what needs to be cut and to really wield your sword. Wield your sword where it is going to cut out blockages and cut out obstacles, but to also use it to protect yourself. And this doesn't mean completely going into isolation for, extended period of time, but if there is something that you are developing, something that you are really wanting to perfect and bring out into the world, that time needs incubation, and it needs your full streamlined attention. And if there's a lot of outside energies, outside people who may be throwing some doubt your way or don't want to see you move out of a situation, that energy is going to infiltrate what you are trying to build. And that's where this protective energy really is coming into play. And they're really wanting you to step back, be that observer, come back into that hermit mode. Of course, do what you need to do in your daily life, but give yourself that time to let this incubation period move into, a germination period so something can blossom. And whether that be leaving something behind for you to elevate and to fuel more energy into whatever this is. We also have the Ace of Needles behind the deck here. So by pulling back into your field of vision, you are going to also receive more cognitive downloads that help you expand what it is that you're growing. So with this Page of Candles, I feel like some of you have been dealing with people who don't take accountability, people who are quick to, shoot off whatever that they think with, or whatever that they don't even think about it. They just shoot it off. And I'm also getting a bit of like a manipulative energy with this. And I feel like you guys are really keeping things close to you because you have been dealing with people who are energy vampires, people who take and take and take, but who may take credit for the things that you are doing. And I think you guys are finally seeing the clarity behind that. And you are sitting back and observing and being like, I see you. I have been putting up with this for however long in the hopes that things would change, in the hopes that they will do the work. But now you are taking accountability for yourself, and you are learning that the love that you give out also needs to be within. It needs to be refueled back to you. And I think that a lot of you have such big hearts that are open to forgiving, but you're learning who deserves that, who deserves your time, who deserves your energy, and who is going to help you fuel into this next expansive energy for you. And eclipses are all about cleaning up old patterns, old cycles. So as much as this is about your environment, your attachments, the people you're around, it is also very much about you. It's actually number one about you. And learning what it is that you need, what it is that you want, and what you want to receive out of your connections, whether that be from, your inner circle, whether it be from your career circle, or if it's just love in general. I think you guys are doing you're being called to do a lot of the deep inner workings. And we are in Virgo season now. We are officially in Virgo season, and the Hermit is Virgo season, and we are in the year of the 9. So everything that is happening in pretty much the end of August through September is prepping us for the next phase, the next chapter. And once we move into 2026, that's a year of a 10. And 10 also equates to 1 in numerology. So 1 is the beginning. You are beginning a whole new, fresh cycle that is going to open up more opportunities for expansion. But it is about cleaning up this first for you to be able to cut the chains and to fly, to move towards a more open energy for you. Because I think you guys are also wanting to transform. You're wanting to transform the ways that you are expressing yourself out into the world. So we have flute, disappointment in a friend or a lover. Yeah. So there's some close connection that has felt very draining. You've given so much time to this, and you have given almost too many chances. And I feel like you have been giving so many chances that you have given parts of yourself away. And that is exactly what Spirit is telling you. Like, you are now needing to call your energy back to you. So doing a meditation where you are sitting and you are really just vocalizing, I call my, say your name, energy back from people, places, things that do not serve me, or places that have siphoned my energy. I want to refuel that love back to myself. And notice how much you feel better. And also meditating with intention, whether it's 5 to 10 minutes a day, that can really help to realign your energy. And I notice when I don't meditate, I almost go into like an autopilot mode. I go into almost like a dissociative mode, and I don't feel as grounded in myself because I'm also a bodywork. I'm a massage therapist, esthetician. I do Reiki, all the things. But when I am serving my clients day in and day out, and I get into that routine and I don't call my energy back to me, I feel depleted, almost to the point where I it's hard for me to have, you know, close intimacy with my husband because I am, doing my job of healing, but when I don't call my energy back, it's like, oh, okay, my energy is now depleted. So we have finger warning you of a problem either now or in the future. Yep. So this is just bringing up, I don't want this to scare anybody, but this is just bringing attention to what's going on or what is about to happen for you. And then we have dogs, getting together with friends. Yeah, so this is tapping into your loyal circle, whoever you feel you can trust. And if you don't have anybody who you feel you can trust, leaning in on counselors, therapists, coaches, mentors, anybody who is not within this up close situation. And then we have ask for help. Yeah. So helping you navigate whatever this is. And it may feel like you guys are going through this alone, but by you communicating with people, surrendering, yeah, by you communicating with your trusted people, knowing that they know what is going on with you, that can really help navigate this a lot better. And surrendering to this change, surrendering to releasing these attachments is going to be really big. Releasing too. Yep. Releasing. And then we have create. You're being asked to connect with your creative side in whatever way feels best. And I feel like this is really in tandem with that child energy. So what is it that you want to bring out into the world? What is it that you want your soul to express out in the 3D realm? And by you releasing whatever this is, it's going to help create more room for you to really open up and expand and to sink into those spaces that you haven't touched yet. And that brings a lot of courage. It brings a lot of courage to release and surrender the things that aren't working, but have maybe kept you safe or kept you comfortable. And that deserves a lot of praise and it deserves a lot of recognition. And I think that the people who see you, see your soul, have seen your growth are going to recognize that and they are going to hold you with love. So thank you guys for being here. I hope this helped give you some clarity and know that you are not going through this alone. We are all in this together and this is for our highest ascension. It's for our highest timeline. But blessed be. See you later.